Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Okay. All right, thank you all for watching, and we will see you next.
I smell waffles.
uh,
Somebody's cooking waffles.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pacific Perspectives podcast on a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday, and it's my bad. It's really my bad. I was gone over the weekend, and then I couldn't do it yesterday. It's really my bad. So blame me. Don't. I know that you guys are all saying, "Oh, this is another time where Xavier has let us down. This is just another time where he lies to us. He's a
Who's
fraud."
saying that?
I know you're all saying that in the comments right now, but really the blame should be directed to me.
It's always your fault.
We
Every time
have,
there's a scheduling error, you're like, "Oh, I'm somewhere right now." You're always off doing something.
yeah, I'm escaping London, Ontario. Can you blame me?
As yeah, I don't blame you there.
All right, what are we getting into today?
Well, you know what? The Oilers just had a couple funny games, so I think we should start with that. What do you say?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So the Oilers seem to be obsessed with having a counting down record. First they were 4-3-2, and then they were 5-4-3, and now they're 6-5-4. When is it going to stop? Somehow now they are just awful in overtime, and there's many reasons why I can tell you at this point, but one of the biggest topics I'm seeing so far, just among Oilers fans and particularly the media right now, is they are blaming specific players for losses when the literal entire team saw. Like I think against the Blues, the entire team was just flat and did absolutely nothing after going up two. And the thing is, it's the same thing as the first two games of the season. They looked amazing for like up until they got the 2-0 lead. It looked like they were in the game. They were playing same old Oilers as always, and that's what's super frustrating about them is you know they have it in them. Not only because they've done it before and they've made the Cup final, because they've done it already in this season. They've been super connected. They went up 2-0 against Dallas. They went up 2-0 against St. Louis, who is an insanely struggling team, and we kind of just gave it to them. Like if you're going to blame a player, and Bouchard has been bad. Draisaitl, McDavid, they've been bad relative to how they could have been. Same Darnell Nurse has been awful, but at the same time, I'm not ready to blame a single player unless that guy is like Calvin Pickard and Stuart Skinner, who have been truly bad. I mean, you probably didn't see it, but if you go back and watch the tying goal, not the tying goal, but the second goal in both games in the Blues game, that was the tying goal, but in Dallas, that was just a 3-2 goal. Skinner and Pickard are both so far out of the crease, and it is a admittedly weird rebound or a very weird kind of hop off the boards, but my goodness, you have to save it. They're nowhere even close to it. They're nowhere even close to getting those goals, and that's the issue here. Is Skinner and Pickard hand the other team momentum because they're just not very good on tough shots at all. High danger shots, pretty bad. I mean, all around, obviously, they're not doing very good. Get goal save above expected. Skinner had a few good games, so that's kind of boosting him up. But he seems to have fallen down to his true self at this point. But at the same time, let's not be fooled. Let's not be fooled by another bad start by the Oilers again. And it is a genuinely bad start. It's not like they're bad luck. The first time they did this, when they went 2-9-1 and Woodcroft got fired, their underlying numbers actually were not that bad. They were still top 10 in expected goals. Just the goalies were sucking and they couldn't finish. It's not that at all. They're playing exactly to their expected goal totals. It's not like they're being unlucky at all. They're not able to finish. They're just not generating. I mean, they have some of the most offense in the league from the back end, but that's because the forwards aren't really doing much. And somehow, it's probably more just because the Oilers have played the most games in the league, but somehow McDavid leads the league in points. And he has genuinely looked so bad. People talk about giveaways for Bouchard. Draisaitl and McDavid have given away the puck way more. It's not even close. Not even close. And considering Bouchard is generally the guy that's pressured with the puck on the back end, and that's typically where you see a lot of giveaways made, Bouchard or not, most defensemen make him there. just McDavid and Draisaitl giving it away in weird areas. So generally speaking, there can't be too much you can pull away from any of these games. I mean, you can say whatever you want. You're just going to be screaming into a cloud, screaming into a bottle for no reason at nobody, because any take you get away from the Oilers at this point for the next like month or so, for the first couple months, it's just useless. It's not even going to apply once they get to March. Like, it's not only is it going to be a different team on the ice, like in actual physical roster, but they're just going to be playing completely different. So it's not even worth talking about, really. I know I just talked about it for 5 minutes, but
I just went and watched the Robert Thomas game-tying goal because you told me to, and I find it really funny. I enjoy that. It is a bad luck goal, though. It just bounced right to his stick.
yeah,
But yeah, goalie way out of the crease.
if
The
he was in the
Rantanen
crease,
goalie
he'd at
didn't
least
stay
have a
with that time.
chance. Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
Rantanen was more of a bounce, but still, like, you get there.
It was kind of
right?
like a shot from the slot. Like, I don't think I'd blame the goalie on that one.
No.
Also, I had Rantanen in Tim's picks, so I'm cool with it.
There was also a lot of talk about Bouchard not tying up his guy on the Pia Suter. Oh, Pia Suter
Yeah.
reference right there. That go-ahead goal in the
Pia
final
Suter.
2 minutes. And again, yeah, Bouchard, you probably want him to tie up a guy there. I mean, that's just kind of basic stuff. But there's a reason he's not doing it. He's expecting whatever rebound that Pickard makes, if there is one at all. I mean, Pickard very clearly expects it to like kind of go for 5-hole. You can see that he has his glove down as if he's going to catch it on the left, and it's not there. And it was never going there. It's not even like a super deceptive. It's Colton Parayko. It's a solid rebound shot. Bouchard should have been there, but that shouldn't be a rebound on most NHL goalies. I don't even see Stuart Skinner give up that rebound most of the time. So definitely more blame on the goalies here in this bad stretch.
Hugh Suter is so good, and I really wish that the Canucks still had him.
He actually
Especially on the
is.
penalty kill. We're under 70% on the penalty kill so far this year. And I mean, we've also been missing Forbert and Bluger because they've been injured, but having Hugh Suter would make that look
Yeah.
so much better right now. And it's been kind of sad because we were so bad on the penalty kill for a couple of years, and then last year we were insane. And then this year we're back to being bad. And also Hugh Suter scoring like crazy.
He's generating a lot. He seems to be the only guy in St. Louis who's performing above expectations.
He's locked in, and the rest of them are not, and I'm okay with that. That's actually, if I had to pick a season for the Blues to have, I would pick the season where Pius Suter does well and the rest of the team is terrible. Except for Parayko, who I have in fantasy. I want him to do well too.
Oh,
And he's not.
Yeah. I got off that boat a while ago. I tried to get him from you, but I'm not seeing it right now.
Yeah, I'm 4-0, so whatever. I really don't understand why I'm 4-0 though. You know, like I have Stamkos. How am I 4-0? I have Stamkos and Parayko, and like McDavid hasn't even been like insane or anything. Why am I this good?
The PDO regression is coming, I'm telling you.
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, you have to assume like some of these players got to do better than they have been doing.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
the players that I have who have been overperforming are like Pinto and Brendan Dillon and the Pittsburgh goalies.
the Stamkos thing is kind of insane. So last night he scored a like 0.3 seconds remaining game tying goal against Minnesota. That was his third point all year. That was his 14th game. There are goalies entering that game. There are goalies that had the same amount of points as Steven Stamkos. And it's not for a lack of playing time or not getting power play time. He's playing 18 minutes a night, getting like two or three shots a game. It's not even bad luck at that. I mean, part of it is obviously bad luck. You cannot be Steven Stamkos and regularly score 2 points in 14 games. That's not going to happen. But it's such a weird anomaly because is he washed?
Yes. Obviously. What the hell?
But not 2 points in 14 games washed. And I say this as a fantasy owner.
It shouldn't be that bad. I mean, like last year he was bad, but he still made it to like 55 points or something. Like he's not 2 points in 14. He's not 10-point pace bad, but he's definitely washed.
Well, maybe last night will be a wake-up call for him. I mean,
Time to check the analytics. I'm actually curious what Stamkos is like. There's no way they're good.
I'm pretty sure he's generating.
Goals for has to be really low.
He's generating lots.
I meant the expected goals for have to be like higher than the goals for, or else that's
easily.
really sad.
I think it's like 4-2.
Yeah, it's not good. For the people who are only listening, the thing I'm showing is Stamkos with a lot of red. But the goals for being low makes a lot of sense with 2 points in
Yeah, Unk
14 games. Though,
he does not still got it. So
hey, defensively, I mean, he's got something going there.
Ugh.
Yeah, he really
Yeah,
doesn't still have
defense
it. And
doesn't win me fantasy championships though. So buddy, let's pack it up here.
they there are rumors of him going to the Canucks, which I
Oh yeah,
don't
we
think
should talk
are
about
true at all.
that.
I think the Canucks are just. I think I have to give up on the team if they trade for Steven Stamkos. I
He's
still have
still
some faith in
good.
them. He's making $8 million.
Where else are you spending that money? And they need someone who can score.
Evander Kane.
Oh,
I
okay.
do. I wonder.
If it's Evander Kane and a first, would you do it?
Oh, not a first. What the
Okay,
hell?
hold on.
No,
It's a
not
Vancouver
a
first.
chance.
Okay, okay. Evander Kane and 2 second-round picks.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. It depends. I don't want Stam because I don't want to be paying him that. It better be like retained if we do. I don't think we're trading for him though. I see a lot of people wanting Kadri. He's also old.
He's good.
I want
He's still
Zaka,
good.
but Zaka's price is high because he's been off to an unsustainable start. So
And his
I'd
cap hit
rather
is like
just
reasonable compared to Kadri and Stamkos.
yeah. And the Bruins are also doing well, so they might not be inclined to sell currently. So I'd rather check up on that later. I don't want Stamkos. I don't want Kadri. Both old though. I don't know. They make the team better in the short term, but it's just more of the same. Like we're dooming ourselves in the future.
I think it makes sense for Vancouver. I think they can make the playoffs. Why'd you dab?
I sneezed.
I think they can make the playoffs this year. And if
Bless
they
me.
get Stamkos, no, I won't. If they get Stamkos, then they have a legit other goal scoring option because there is nobody right now. There's
Not a
literally
very good
nobody.
one. Not a great goal scoring option.
I think if he got off of the Nashville Predators, he might have a chance of doing something. I mean, surely Elias Pettersson is a better playmaker. Well, actually, they have Philip Forsberg. He's kind of tied to Philip Forsberg too, so maybe not.
Yeah. I don't want
I want him though on
Stamkos.
the Oilers. I'd be good with him.
I mean, he'd work surrounded by all that talent because he worked around all the talent in Tampa and then stopped working when he was surrounded by only two good players in Nashville. And the OC wasn't even like insane last year.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious how much Tampa fans were absolutely dogging on their organization for signing Gensel instead of
Yeah.
Stamkos.
I posted that recently. It's really funny looking back on like, wow, I'm so shocked that signing the 80.29-year-old worked out instead of signing the 80.33-year-old. Who could have seen this coming?
It's obvious at the time. I mean, but I don't know. Just
I mean, I
Stamkos'
understand it.
injury
Like,
history is what does it for me there.
like Stamkos was on the team for so long and helped deliver them two cups. So I understand why people would be sad, but it was clearly the right move.
The contract that they offered him, it was like an 8 years, 3.5, absolute
Yeah.
random whatever contract. That seems reasonable
Uh,
now.
it does seem reasonable now, but that is disrespectful. Coming off an 80-point season, his
Yeah,
last year in Tampa, that's disrespectful.
it was pretty
Like
sad.
you may as well just tell him go to free agency at that point. Like that would be less disrespectful.
That is what they were. I mean, yeah, that was probably the plan. I'd imagine, to be honest.
Yeah. No, it worked out well for Tampa. Nashville just looks so pathetic. Did you see the way they lost in overtime last night?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
funniest, I think that might be the funniest goal of all time because Johansson scores without the net being there. It's awesome. I love
It's
it.
it is stupid. There were people that were really mad at like the fact that that was counted as the goal, but that's very clearly the rule. I think it's. I mean, I don't know what else you would want them to do there. Like if you don't call that a goal, then anyone can just knock off the net at any moment in time, and suddenly you're okay, like Henrik Lundqvist style.
Yeah, I guess like the only thing I think it deserved to be a goal, but say the net were still on, would Onanen have reacted in time to get over because it took Johansson a while to collect the puck off the net and then scoop it home.
Yeah, and
Onanen seemed to give up on the play because the net was off.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's the only thing I was thinking of there. But yeah, I mean, you can't just knock the net off if you're the goalie in overtime, especially.
Well, there's times all the time where the puck will come loose off of something that looks like it was a high stick or something that looks like it was an icing, and the defending player stops playing, kind of like Anunen did there. It's still going to be a goal regardless. It's on the onus of the players to keep playing to a whistle. A whistle has not gone yet. Obviously, you might have your own thoughts on whether or not there should have been a whistle or you expect there to be a whistle, but don't stop playing. That happens all the time. Mostly, you'd see that with icings.
That goal was awesome, though. I love it. I think it's just the ghost goal.
Yeah, I love when goofy stuff
I think
happens.
it's got to be like the most Marcus Johansson goal ever. Too. He's
He's
so
having a good
bad.
start.
Is he?
Yeah.
I guess I haven't
Well, he's
paid a
on the
lot of
top
attention
power
to
play.
Minnesota because they actually I should pay more attention to Minnesota because I have like 4 of their fantasy players, but I just can't bring myself to watching their games because they're so bad so far.
They're doing a very. I mean, this is the most inevitable coach firing, coach bump I've ever seen.
Oh, he is doing well. Wow.
But
Sorry, Marcus Johansson.
they're running a just their power play has been very good. But I don't even know what they're thinking with it right now. They are running Booyum, Spurgeon, and Faber basically all at the same time, and then they'll just throw in Rossi, Kaprizov, Boldy. Zuccarella's going to get back in there in the next couple of weeks. And they also have Marcus Johansson in there. So they just have those 3 defensemen run through at different points. I mean, I feel like it's obvious that Booyam is the guy there, but he's been really struggling defensively, so maybe this is a way of punishing him. Jared Spurgeon, Unk still got it. He's got like, what, 3 power play goals already? Pretty good, but just a strange system.
I don't know about all that.
I'm pretty sure he has quite a few power. Well, I say quite a few.
I have him in fantasy. I don't feel like he's been that good.
He has
Oh, I
scored
clicked
power
on
play goals.
Gustafson. He has 1 goal this season.
Okay, I lied to you. I'm sorry.
He's also a -9. in
Oh my
14 games.
god! Maybe Unk does
Hang
not
on.
have it.
Yeah, now I'm going to his analytics immediately.
They can't
Worst
be that
being what-
bad. I think Minnesota just is having the Philip Gustafson down year. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, they're not fantastic.
I see red.
Hang on.
Yeah,
It's all red.
That's pretty bad.
It's
for
not like
Spurgeon.
insanely bad.
It's pretty bad.
His
for
expected
Spurgeon.
numbers are around middle, so it's not like the worst, but it's he's not doing well.
Well, when Spurgeon isn't like one of the best defensive defensemen in the league, like he has been the last even 5 years when he's in his 30s, he's in trouble. And Minnesota's in trouble, obviously. But that actually brings me to another very interesting point here. You've seen the like Western versus Eastern Conference standings, right? I think I brought them up.
The East is so stupid right now.
It's last place in the Eastern Conference is the Florida Panthers, and they're only 500. Like,
Yeah, every team is over 500. It makes no sense at all. It's really funny. I mean, how many of those teams have to fall off at some point?
and I mean, besides the Sabres, it's not like there's an insane amount of overtime losses being handed out anyways. It's just the East absolutely dominating their games against the West right now, I think is what it is.
Who would have thought that the bottom 3 teams in the East to this point would be Florida, Washington, and the Rangers? That's so funny.
And Tampa's not far off too.
No, not too far off. I do really find the Rangers home and away splits hilarious. They're 0-5-1 at home and 6-1-1 on the road.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Ridiculous. It's reminds me of when the Oilers, I think in 2018, there was this really weird stat, and Steve Dangle did a video on it back then, 7 years ago. The Oilers had a like 62% penalty kill at home, and when they were away, it was like 92%. And that was after the entire season. This is just the Rangers doing this for the first like month of the season. Maybe it'll stop. Maybe it'll be a trend all year, but it definitely won't be to that extent. How can you have the worst penalty kill and then the best penalty kill when you're away from home? Like, do you hate Rogers Place that much? I don't know.
That's what it felt like with the Canucks at Rogers Arena last year. They could not win games, but
There's
they were
some
so good
weird
on the
home
road. Like,
stats.
yeah, we were so good at home in 23-24 this season. We were actually good. Holy, what a fucking jug of water that is. Oh my God. Anyway, I honestly think the center ice logo was the problem. I think we're doing fine. No, we're 2-3 at home so far this year, so not great, but only 5 games through. I'm glad they changed the center ice logo because I hated that ugly piece of shit from last year. That's what I
Man,
blamed it on. I don't know why they feel the need to fit the orca into a perfect circle. Like, just don't. Just put the logo there. Why did we ever get rid? Like,
they
how
want
could
to be
you
the
have
Oilers so bad.
how could you have one of the best seasons in franchise history and think we got to make a change right now? I don't get it. I am superstitious as hell, so I don't understand replacing the logo.
Do you think that's what
Well,
Miller
they
and
at
Pedersen
least
were
they made it a
arguing out
little
in the
bit better
locker
this
room?
year. Pardon?
Do you think that's what Pedersen and Miller were arguing about in the locker room?
Maybe it could have been.
That's why they
I
have their
don't know.
season.
They had that ugly ass like blue circle around it. They got rid of that this year. It
Disgusting.
looks better, but it's still in that circle. Like, just give me the full orca. Why is the full? Give me the flying skate in the middle of the ice.
Literally. Literally.
That would be shiesty.
That'd be
They're
way
getting
better.
so close to just doing a full time switch to the flying skate full time. Like, I think half the home games left were wearing the flying skate, and half the home games left were wearing the home jersey. They're just slowly transitioning.
I mean, it's like when the Coyotes did the switch. It's just an infinitely better jersey, and you've had it in the modern time long enough that people are getting tired of that stupid teal, not teal, but the green, the Sprite can color setup. I just hate it for the Canucks. And it was like the Oilers when they refused to use the royal blue jerseys. You are sitting on one of the best jerseys of all time and you refuse to wear it. I'm so happy that they're using it like every other home game now. But and especially the helmets. Oh my goodness, the graphite helmets, they're so good. Oh.
I don't know if I want to make the switch full time to the flying skate because I like color. And I like having the blue and green, and I've always loved blue and green as colors, and I think they look cool together. I don't see them as a Sprite can because we actually had a jersey that was a literal fucking Sprite can, the
I
first
actually
reverse
like
retro.
that one. I love that one.
Those were awful. Those are the worst. Okay, they're not the worst jerseys in franchise history. The Flying V is the worst jersey in franchise history. But
Yeah.
the gradient jerseys, both the red to blue and the green to blue, terrible. And we also didn't win a single game in the Sprite jerseys. We lost
Yeah.
every game we played in them. The reverse retros the next season, the Johnny Canuck ones, those were beautiful. I love those. I wish that we still could like wear those once a year or something. But the Sprite cans are some of the worst jerseys ever.
Those were stupid. I hate the Johnny Canuck.
They were awesome. I think like even if you don't like the logo, I feel like the whole jersey setup looked so cool. Like the darker blue with the green and like the creamy like this is a cool ass jersey. This I love it.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Everett what are they called?
Silver tips.
Oh no, this that reminds me of the Seattle Totems. That's what that is.
This jersey always makes me think of the All-Star weekend where Bo Horvat and Elias Pettersson played on each other's team for the last time ever, except for Bo didn't wear that jersey because he was an Islander. So it was just Pettersson, but it always makes me think of that.
I miss the reverse retros. When are they
I
doing that
wonder
again?
why they haven't. I guess we aren't Adidas anymore, and that was kind of an
Oh
Adidas
yeah,
thing.
we're under the stupid fanatics fascist
Yeah.
government.
I wish that they would do something special again. Like I would love to see the away flying skate jerseys for like 2 games this season or something.
Mm,
Those would be really nice.
those are fire.
I don't know how we got to this point, but I want to talk about the Canucks because
I
you
love
talked
my
about the
jersey
Oilers.
talk.
I'll talk about the Canucks games quickly. There was the game against St. Louis where uh, the goal got called back for goaltender interference. It would have been Kane's first as a Canuck. It would have won the game with like 3 minutes left in regulation, but a slight little stick tap to Binnington's helmet 3 seconds before the shot, and apparently that's goaltender interference.
It's stupid.
Whatever. We won because Braden Shen decided to dump the puck in the shootout, which I don't think is
I
really the
saw
move.
that. Weird
DeBrusk
strategy.
ended it. DeBrusk really. I'll talk about DeBrusk after, okay? I'll just say it right now. He did get the shootout winner there. The game against Minnesota, barely paid attention to. It was World Series Game 7. I had it on, and I was like kind of paying attention, but I figured if there was one game this season I can get away with not putting all my focus into, it's the one during Game 7. So, yeah, Drew O'Connor scored twice, and I didn't see either goal. I was not looking at the screen for either goal, but I was looking at the screen for all 5 Minnesota goals, so that's awesome. Demko was terrible, and the Blue Jays lost. And then the game against Nashville a couple days ago, I was really tired while watching, but I was suddenly woken up in overtime by how stupid the Canucks were playing. It was the Canucks during overtime so far this season have just been terrorists. And we're 4-0 past regulation, so it's working. But if I'm a fan of another team watching the way the Canucks are playing in overtime, I'm so pissed right now because they just hog the puck, don't do anything, and just suddenly they either kill time until the shootout because they believe in Demko in the shootout, or they just randomly get a shot that goes in, like the tip goal against Edmonton or the goal with a second left against Nashville, the buzzer beater. So far, I mean, considering how bad they were in overtime last year, they clearly put a lot of thought into how to get better at it, and it's been working. So that's another game where the refs played a role. I don't know if you saw the penalty that Kane took late in the game against Evangelista, the crazy dive.
That was probably the worst dive I've ever seen. That's a suspension-worthy dive.
Yeah, and the refs missed a call against Nashville a couple minutes before that too. That play, I think, just because it's Evander Kane and the refs saw someone go down in front of Evander Kane, they're like, "Oh, he must have
probably
done
did
something."
it.
It's the Evander Kane
not
tax.
wrong.
That's what I called it. But the Preds tied it up on that, and that was so annoying. But we got it. We got it, the 2 points out of it, so it's cool. DeBrusk had a goal in that game too. Now, DeBrusk is right now, I think, the guy I'm looking at the most. Like when I'm watching the game tonight, I'm going to be looking at how DeBrusk is going to do because he has been bad so far. And analytically, I think he's pretty much fine, but he's just not producing points. I want to get up. I think he's at 5 points in 14 games, and that is not good enough at all for Jake DeBrusk. He was our goals leader last year at 28.
He's due.
Yeah, I'm right. Pardon?
He's definitely due.
He's just, we always know he's so streaky, and he needs to start going on a hot streak. He got the shootout winner against St. Louis. He got a goal against Nashville. But man, looking at these game logs, like he went 4 games without a point. He doesn't have an assist since the second game of the season. That's crazy. This guy's on the first power play unit. He's on the first or second line. He's playing with our good players. I need him. He needs to be doing stuff. It's really a testament to a lot of players on this team that the Canucks are at 7-0. Because we've been so injured, and Pedersen hasn't been at his best. And I mean, Besser's had a couple good games, but sometimes he's been ghosting. DeBrusk hasn't been that good. Reichel has so far done nothing. Kane has been overall bad.
He's been Kane.
I don't like Sherwood. Thank you. Demko has had a lot of good games in there, even though his last 2 haven't been so good. So good on him. Oh, the one I really wanted to talk about, and then we can move on from Canucks. Tom Willander is, I believe, 4 games through his NHL career so far, and he looks so good right now. He didn't look so good in his first game, but that was understandable. And the past 2 games, I think he's been the Canucks' best player both of the past 2 games, which is especially saying something because Quinn Hughes was in the lineup against Nashville, and Tom Willander looked better than Quinn Hughes.
Damn.
Now, how many games can Tom Willander look better than Quinn Hughes? Maybe not a lot, but he's really looking. He's flying. He's flying out there. He looks energized. And that, I mean, what a way to get your first NHL point. You go around all of Nashville's defense, take the puck behind their net. None of them are able to get it off you. Just swing it in front. Perfectly ends up on the stick of Brock Besser. Like that is a first NHL point to remember. And with injuries that we've had, like Mancini being gone right now, Forber being gone, Verlander's been able to get a chance in the NHL, and right now, I mean, if he keeps playing like, I mean, he doesn't even have to play this well. If he plays even close to this well continuously, there is no way you can take him out of the lineup when Forbert or Mancini return. I mean, I'd assume there's no way they're taking him out for Mancini anyway. But when Forbert's in, like, get rid of Myers before you get rid of Verlander. He looks so good right now. And I haven't been all that high on him since the Canucks drafted him. I think he's been fine, but I didn't see a whole lot in him. I didn't see this in him, and he has looked really good so far. So I'm very excited to see if he can keep progressing like that. He looks confident out there, and I love to see that. I would love to see more of him and Hughes together because I think that could be a really cool pairing. But yeah, shout out Tom Verlander. He's doing really well. I'll be watching
You
him
know,
closely tonight too.
you know, the Canucks would be absolutely set up perfectly on defense for the rest of like the decade. Well, not even the rest of the decade, another decade after that. If Quinn Hughes wasn't leaving in 2 years, so that really sucks. But like, you've got so many young defensemen coming up, and it's set out perfectly.
Honestly, it's kind of crazy how even if when Quinn leaves, defense still isn't the biggest
That's
problem
true,
ever for
actually.
us. We have so many, we have a lot of talent on defense, a lot of young talent too. Like I think our offense is going to suffer without Quinn more than our defense is going to. It really depends on what we'd be able to get for him in a trade, but I'm not gonna look ahead to that. I'm happy that he's on the team now, and that's what matters. Um, he did look good in his return game from injury, and he hasn't looked at his best this season, but he looked better. And we need Quinn Hughes to be a point per game player if we want any chance of making the playoffs. We need him to be healthy. But even like, I'm not worried about the defense at all. The defense will be fine even if Quinn isn't there. I'm just so worried about how we're ever going to score a goal without him on the team.
All that talk about the Canucks and overtime kind of got me thinking about, do you think that 3v3 overtime needs any changes? And we already know
A
of
lot of
one
people,
change that's actually coming. They're going to change it from 5 minutes to 6 or 7 or 8 minutes.
6 or 7.
More, you're a child. It probably more like 7, but anything
Everybody
more than,
listening thought it. I'm just saying what the people are thinking.
well, the people are wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I want more overtime because shootouts suck. Even if my team's not bad in shootouts, because Demko's a good shootout goalie. I don't like shootouts at all. Um, the obvious change that a lot of people have suggested is a shot clock, and I don't think that's a bad idea, even if my team would hate it entirely. It would just let the play progress more instead of them always, taking it out, waiting for their look. Another thing, I mean, I feel like not being allowed to take it past center once you've gained the zone would be a good one
Absolutely.
because people will just swing it back to their goalie, and that sucks. It
I,
just
I
delays
heard
time.
another one that is even more interesting than that. Instead of you can't come back, like you can't regroup past the center line, because I feel like people would still find ways to just regroup in a more like kind of shallow way. I saw someone say that they should just get rid of the blue line entirely and treat the center line as the blue line, as the offside line for overtime, which like if you think about it, that's a little weird, but it kind of would change that because people wouldn't regroup because they just have a lot more space. People would hold on to the puck a little longer, I guess. I just something needs to change. I definitely like the idea that they can't double back because I see the Oilers do this all the time and it infuriates me because they know how much of a possession game it is. It'll be, oh, we don't have a look. I'm going to pass it back to my goalie and then we're going to change and then we're still going to have the puck. Like and it's just not good for hockey because nobody wants to see that. Even if when it's McDavid, Draisaitl, and Bouchard on the ice for 3-on-3 overtime, I do not want to see that. And a little side note on that. We were talking about changing the rules. I'm going to completely change it. What the hell are the Oilers doing in overtime? I love Bouchard. I love Matthias Ekholm. I don't love Nurse. All three of them should not be touching the ice in overtime. They're like the slowest They're okay. They're not the slowest players ever, but they're not good skaters. Just straight up, they're not. In Ekholm's case, he's not a good skater anymore. And I understand Bouchard has like some of the best top like +7, +10 NHL franchise mode chemistry with McDavid and Draisaitl. But dude, Jake Wallman is better in overtime at literally everything. I say that, but Bouchard had like and a couple amazing defensive plays in Dallas in overtime. But still, I think we can maintain position a lot more, and we can have a lot more offensive chances if we had an actual speedy player. I'd rather play Alec Regula than Bouchard in overtime. And again, it doesn't actually matter because overtime is not real hockey. Like 3-on-3 is not being played in the playoffs, so it's not like it has any bearing on how good of a player Bouchard or Ekholm or Nurse are. Just like Matthew Savoy and Ike Howard have been better overtime players in the time I've seen them than like Draisaitl has. It's that much of a different game, and I don't think coaches really understand that.
Somebody listening, please remind me to clip the part where Xavier says he'd rather play Alec Regula in overtime than Evan Bouchard. Thank you. There was a time in the overtime against Nashville where the Canucks put out Evander Kane with Lucas Reichel, and I thought that the game was over.
Evander Kane touching the ice in overtime?
Yeah, 2 goals.
He is a top 9 player at like 5v5, even though he sucks. He's a top 9 player. In overtime, he is in like the bottom 10th percentile of people I would play in overtime.
You like Lucas Reichel is fast at least, but if Nashville gets possession and my forwards are Lucas Reichel and Evander Kane playing defense, it's over. It's over. Happening. Why is that a pairing that went out there? Like put Reichel with Sherwood or something. I think that could work a lot better in overtime. Not Kane. Why is Kane touching the ice? Why does Kane get to touch the ice when the other team pulls their goalie?
Why does Kane get to touch the ice in 5v5?
Good point. Yeah, overtime has been weird, but we're 4-0, so whatever we're doing is working. Maybe Adam Foote is just an overtime god or something.
They need to change the shootout. They need to change that. Another thing,
get rid of it.
I don't think they should get rid of it because I think it will be really appreciated once they make the change to a longer overtime. Because I think you'll see like half as many shootouts because there's so many of those games that in overtime they end because the other team is exhausted, and that can be kind of dangerous in a future 84 game season. But it'll end overtimes obviously a lot more when there's more time to end them. But shootouts, 3 rounds seems a little fluky. Like if you're trying to get people to have to decide, all right, we just need to end the game. But you need to end it in a fair way. When you just have 3 shooters, potentially only 2 shooters on one side, that's not really leaving a lot of room for any error. And that's going to end the game soon. But in international competitions where those points do matter, they have it as a round of 5, and they have a different set of 5. So in our current shootout, it's a set of 3, and it's best whoever gets 2 or whatever. And the team can end it just off of 2 shooters alone, which is kind of stupid. They need to make it to a round of 5 and then have have separate rounds of 5, just like they do in international stages. Well, they did at one point. Obviously, they don't have it anymore. But and after the 3 is done in the NHL, it's like, oh, round 4, and it's literally just 1v1 shooter. That's just so dumb to me. It's kind of cool, but like that's just so dumb to me. If you're trying to pretend that the shootout actually has any bearing on who the better team was, make it a larger sample of shooters and allow shooters to shoot again. Especially if you're going to have a shootout that's going to go potentially like 10 shooters if the thing that I'm proposing goes for. Have McDavid shoot 3 times like TJ Oshie in the Olympics. Like that's so fun. That's so fun. What if Draisaitl scores 3 goals on 3 attempts in the shootout? That'd be so fun.
I don't know, man. I think what's way more fun is seeing like Darnell Nurse out there for a shootout attempt. I like that way more.
Yeah,
you got one chance, you're done.
That kind of stuff in the shootout, it sucks because it never happens, but that's really cool. Like on the opening night against Calgary, they had just the most random players out there shooting at some point for Calgary. And then for some reason they had Kadri tucked away at like number 7. I'm like, why was he not the first shooter? Of course he ends it.
Yeah. I love when it's just a random person going like, Malik in on Kolzig hasn't scored this year. Like that. Those are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would love to see like Derek Forbert in the shootout for my team.
Round 15.
That would be incredible. Round 15, he's 18. He's 100% the last shooter. 100%. Yeah, I just want more overtime. I can't stand shootouts. Like when I'm watching a game, sometimes I'll turn on a game just because it's in overtime, and then it'll go to a shootout, and it's like, okay, well, I've already watched overtime, so I may as well see how this ends now. But I really want to just turn it off at that point because I don't care. I'm there to watch overtime.
Another thing they could do for overtime is instead of doing a face-off, you flip a coin, and then that team starts with possession.
That's stupid.
I know. I'm just okay. Forget I said anything.
I've already forgotten, actually.
That's a horrible suggestion. I did see someone say it on Twitter though, so it wasn't my idea.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Now you're passing the blame because it was so stupid. Like you were totally. If I was like, oh, that's incredible, you were totally not gonna say that was someone else's idea. But I said it was terrible. So you're like, oh, I actually saw it on Twitter. Blame him.
Yeah. It was an Oilers fan on Twitter. Not me though. I don't have Twitter.
Do you? I'm not on Twitter, but I thought you were like really. I thought you had a presence on there.
Not in the last year.
Did you delete your Twitter?
It makes me too mad. I can't be on Twitter.
Yeah, that's why I only use Twitter to post something and then immediately screenshot it and post it on Instagram. I'm going to your Twitter right now to see if you're lying.
I genuinely don't think I've tweeted more than like once in the last couple months.
Oh, I'm seeing some of your retweets. It's quite interesting. Oh, wow. You are not scared of people on Twitter, judging by these retweets. Holy. Yeah, you haven't tweeted anything since August 21st, so fair play. Other than maybe a reply, but I don't know.
There's some honesty in here.
Yeah, you're not a liar. Congrats.
You want to know a fun fact?
Yeah, go ahead. Jack
Roslovic has 7 points in 7 games.
Oh yeah, no, I have been seeing that he's been killing it.
He's been on fire. I mean, he's fitting in with McDavid and Draisaitl. He's fitting in with Podkolzin. That line looks crazy. About the only line 5v5 that can really generate anything. People talking about re-signing him, and the numbers I was seeing thrown out there are kind of ridiculous. I know he's probably going to be a guy who scores 45, 50 points for the Oilers, mostly 5v5, but like, I'm not paying $6 million for Jack Roslovic. I don't even know if I want to re-sign him at all, because right now him blocking Savoy and Howard is a good thing, because Savoy and Howard are kind of getting the basics down. Howard, in his case, he's playing like 8 minutes a night. Thanks, Knobloch. But them not playing a ton doesn't really matter, because the long term, you don't need them to be amazing offensively right now. Even if they're showing flashes, Roslovic can kind of take that up. But in the future, I'd like Savoy to be in a top 6 role like next year. And if Roslovic is on the team, he's a 30-year-old who's bad defensively, and he's taking up Savoy's spot. It's just not economically viable for the cap. And it's just a dumb team management decision. This year is for him to have that kind of Tyson Barrie role where you're playing beside McDavid and Draisaitl, stacking up free points, but genuinely also playing good. And then you actually leave on instead of signing him for a stupid contract like that did with Tyson Barrie.
Yeah, I wish the Canucks signed Roslovic, because I feel like it was kind of predictable that our 2C was going to get injured. And we could have just had. You keep throwing me off with that big ass jug of water.
Looks like a barrel.
Roslovic would have worked really well as a, like he's not a 2C or anything, but he could be a better 2C than the options that we have without Phil Hedl in the lineup. He's honestly around like Philip Hedl level. Besides, Hedl has the speed and the potential in the youth.
Knobloch actually went
why
into
they didn't.
extensive detail about never ever using Roslovic at center because he sucks at center. So I don't know if that'd be a good option, but he'd definitely be a good winger.
I mean, getting Reichel and putting him at the 2C spot has made the rest of the lineup kind of look a lot better. But I would say putting Roslovic at the second line center is better than putting Sass in there. And we were playing Sass and Sasson.
Sasson?
Yeah, they changed his pronunciation for the third time because started off by calling him Sasson and then started calling him Sasson and then went back to calling him Sasson shortly after, and now it's Sasson again.
Is he French?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't know Max Sasson's background. I really have to get used to calling him that now, though.
He's Canadian.
So he's American.
He is? Okay,
he's from Michigan. How the hell is it Sasson? He's from Michigan.
They got some French
He's
people in
trolling.
Michigan.
I fully have it in my head that Max Sasson is trolling, and there's no way that's how you pronounce his name. There's no way.
Next week it's going to be
He's
Sasson.
trolling. It would be really funny if he just kept on switching it. Like every month he just went up to Shorty and was like, "Here, this is how you actually pronounce my name." I was kidding. There's no way it's a song. But that's what they call him, so now I have to get used to calling him that. Anyway, he's not a second line center. That was my point there.
All right. Do you have anything else you wanted to? We're talking about Max. I think it might be time to end it. We're talking about Max Sasson.
Yeah, I mean, quickly, we got to say the Anaheim Ducks are quite good.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, dude. Cutter Gauthier. It sucks that I'm playing him in fantasy. But he might be the GOAT. We might have to have that discussion. Currently leads the league in goals.
No, Leo Carlson too. I mean, Leo Carlson's been killing it, really breaking out. And they're older guys. Like, I mean, Kreider's doing pretty well. I bet the Rangers would kind of love to have a guy like Kreider right now.
I want to say I saw it coming, but I didn't take them in fantasy. So
they're doing this well, and Frank Vetrano sucks. Frank Vetrano has 2 points, and they're still doing really well. 2 points in 12 games. He's got that Steven Stamkos stat line.
Except Stamkos
Lacombe isn't even putting up points either. Lacombe has been playing well, but he hasn't been putting up crazy points. But they're still so good. Seneca too. Granlund's been doing fine.
Seneca's really good. He's one of the ones I did not expect. I think most people expected Leo Carlson and Cutter Gauthier to take pretty big steps, but Seneca didn't really seem ready to me.
Trouba, oh my god. Do you know what Jacob Trouba's plus minus is?
He's +8?
Plus 11.
Oh my gosh!
Where is that at in the league?
You know how many
I gotta
PIMs
figure
he
this
has?
out now.
He has 0 PIMs.
Wow. He's a changed man.
He's a changed man. Lady Bing.
I gotta see. That has to be really high in the. Yeah, he's number 1 in the league in plus minus, tied with Lehkonen and Makar.
You're kidding.
Jacob Trouba, the cap dump.
Who would have thought?
Wow. Also, Mike Riley is a plus 10.
I'm so sure.
What a great.
That's fake.
I love this stat. This is such an awesome stat. I gotta go. Okay, final act on this podcast episode is check Jacob Trouba's charts.
I'm pretty sure they're not good. Still.
Oh, you are so wrong, buddy. That is a very good amount of blue. It's a very good amount of blue.
First career blue on the RAPM charts for Trouba.
Wow, and now let's look at Braden Schneider. And
let's not do that.
See what...
Untouchable.
Oh, it's not even that bad. It's not even that bad. Okay. Respect to Braden Schneider. Good work, man.
All right.
They got to have some bad stuff going on in the analytics in New York, though. They really fucked up. They're just donating Anaheim good players.
That's true. They've actually built half their roster at this point.
Yeah. The Anaheim Rangers.
Well, those are our check-in for this week and a half. I suppose we're going to be back with an episode in 5 days or 4 days then. 5 days.
Soon.
I don't know.
Very,
but yeah,
very
we'll be back. Soon. We'll be back on Sunday. Right?
Yeah. I think I work on Sunday, but we can record early.
Okay, so JC's gonna ditch on Sunday again. So if there's a scheduling issue,
I'm gonna be in the city. I'll be here.
you know who to air your grievances at.
Yeah, and stop calling Xavier an idiot liar in the comments, okay? It's hurting his feelings. You guys gotta stop calling him that.
All right, we'll see you. I don't even know when we'll see you, but we'll see you.
Sunday. Bye.
Bye bye.